let's get into this game let's get into this game that's got canceled.
All right.
We
Cannon,
you came up with a plan for the NFL to operate within the pandemic.
Yep.
What we have now come to realize is
that
they don't have a plan.
Yeah. Nobody listens to Cannon.
They don't have a plan
at all. They're flying off the whim right now. And it's sad because this all could have been prevented. And if you go back to our IG page and just look through our posts, you'll see a lengthy post where, I laid out COVID protocols on how the NFL could do an NFL bubble. And some people even slid into those comments and said to me, I was doing too much. And my statement to them was literally, without this, by week 4, games are going to start to be canceled. And lo and behold, here we are at the start of week 4, and games are starting to be canceled or postponed or whatever. But I seen this coming clear as day. And this is what I tell Hill and AJ all the time. This is one of the reasons why we started the podcast. I don't get paid millions of dollars to make NFL decisions. But how can I see something coming months before you? And you get paid millions. You get paid millions. So the fact that you didn't have a better COVID plan, something similar to the NHL or the NBA, shame on you. And shame on all the powers that be that make decisions in the NFL. Shame on y'all, man.
Because the most important thing is what you said about they get paid millions. So what happens if they don't have a season? They feel that they're in jeopardy of those millions to diminish.
That's true.
In all actuality is, I guarantee you, even if they didn't have a season and we were able to have a season next year, viewership not going to be down. If people are willing to watch a Jaguars Dolphins game on Thursday, they will watch football again next year. People like America has shown that we don't care how shitty the football quality is, we still gonna watch. People still watch the Bengals. People still watch the Jaguars. People still watch the Dolphins. The Browns got one of the most rabid fan bases in NFL history. Ain't nobody stopped watching the Browns.
How? I don't know how.
So we have proven, or that Jets versus Denver. Oh my God!
Oh man,
global. Look, hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: we have proven we will watch football. So I guarantee you, y'all may miss out on a season. But I guarantee you, look, y'all go make it up on the back end.
That's a fact.
Y'all still gonna make it up, because could you imagine how happy people would be for football if we had to sit out a whole year? The optimism of every fan base, if they had to sit out a whole year and be like, oh, next year is our year.
But the thing is, like, they had so much time to look at other leagues, other models, what to do. Okay, this is what not to do. Okay, that word, we can use that. Okay, this word, we can come up with something. You mean to tell me y'all just waited till it happened now and be like, oh, this is what we gonna do. But don't forget, this ain't the first player. The Falcons player, AJ Terrell, he got COVID, but it was just one. It was just one, so keep it moving. Keep it moving. This Titans thing almost jeopardized 4 teams now.
Yeah, that's
a trickle down effect for 4 teams. Luckily, the Vikings, they cleared, so they can move on. But now the Steelers is affected. Now the Steelers affected. They ain't do nothing wrong.
Ain't do nothing wrong. Just can't even play. They ready to go too.
Ready to go. They rolling.
So COVID really hit nationwide, and people start taking it serious back in March, right? Your season had just ended in February.
They should have been the most prepared, bro.
So basically, all off season, you've been operating like, oh, everything about to go, according to schedule. And that takes me back to these billionaire owners who run the league office, basically. Who they friends with?
The president.
And what he been saying,
I thought we were going to be good.
Get it open. Open the economy. That's all he wants.
The hot weather is going to clear it right up. Very, very short. Very, very low cases. Nah, y'all need to have a plan anyway, because guess what? The people in science was telling you, hey, when they get cold, we gonna be fucked. It's gonna be a whole nother second wave of this. And what y'all do? Oh, nah, we gonna be good. And you know what? And like I was telling y'all, how I know that the NFL don't have no plan is because they didn't know when the game was gonna be played when they had to cancel it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, okay, we gonna postpone it to Monday, maybe Tuesday. Oh, wait, no, we gonna have to move it to later on in the season.
I knew it wasn't gonna be Monday.
When y'all gonna move it later on in the season? Like,
it takes 14 days to clear.
The playoffs start literally right after the season, the next week. So what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna have to play on Sunday and then play on Wednesday, and if they make the playoffs, play again on Saturday or Sunday?
Bro, they was hoping to play this thing on Sunday. They was hoping to not let them practice all week and let them play on Sunday and wing it. They was
that would have spread more cases across the NFL and would have. Once again, I predicted this whole thing. This is stupid. This shouldn't even be a topic.
What ruined it? It really shouldn't. But what ruined it was that one dude. They had another additional dude get it.
Exactly, and that's what they whole plan. And that's when I was like, "Oh yeah, we fucked up. We got to shut this shit down."
That's what made it Monday and Tuesday.
Everything that we've seen from COVID has shown us you need to, if you want to run a league, you're going to have to cut those people off from the rest of the world. You're going to have to test them, make sure that they're all negative. Then you quarantine them together. And that's your best likely chances of keeping the virus out. But when you have these teams who are not bubbled and the players can come and go as they choose, and then we're supposed to all come together by the masses on Sunday and think that we all going to be good. No, it's not going to work that way. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
And here's why I knew the NFL was going to fuck up. Because they was going to test everyone all throughout the week, but they wasn't testing nobody on game day.
I mean, they've been doing a good job. I'm gonna give them their credit. They've been doing a good job with rapid testing in training camp when having made certain teams will bubble. They was doing a certain job with the rapid test, and they was getting cocky because they didn't have any positive tests for the whole camp and for the first 2 weeks.
But that's my point. If like what's the point of? Oh yeah, I wear condoms all the time, except this time. What's gonna happen? You put yourself at risk.
That's a fact.
So that's what they did. You got lax. I mean, yeah, I know it feel good, and you could just go in and you could just dive in and be like, it ain't no thing. We've been good. But no, if you have a proper plan in place, you're going to follow that proper plan all the time. It ain't no getting lax. It's every single time. And I actually was gonna commend the NFL for finding these coaches for not wearing their mask on the sideline.
I was just about to bring that up.
I was like, okay,
I'm really about to turn up now.
I'm happy for y'all for doing that. But then, I mean, it don't matter if when y'all not on TV, y'all not still keeping that same energy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah. And to go back to your point, to Marcus Cannon point, where he talked about, people view the NFL as a gladiator sport. This is different because now it's telling people to go against everything that they really believe in and what they've been told. You're supposed to play when you got a little, hamstring or a little twisted ankle. This ain't that though. This is playing with a sickness that you're not playing injured. You're playing sick.
Yeah.
And you're gonna mess this up for everybody.
And you have to go into a locker room environment after you play, regardless. So regardless if they try to social distance, locker room has been a breeding ground for sickness and infection since the beginning of time. Yeah. Since the beginning of locker rooms, it's run rampant with infection, bacteria, and sickness. So it's like that's already a dangerous place. It's already a dangerous place. So like to AJ's point, you can't take this as the regular old gladiator mentality. Oh, you rolled your ankle, you got a high sprain. Are you going to still play? What's your pain threshold? We get that. But this is something that affects other people, your wife and children when you leave this locker room, your mother, your father when you leave this locker room. It's a trickle down effect. And it goes back to the leadership in America. Leadership in America hasn't taken this thing serious. So why would anybody else? Like AJ said, most NFL owners are friends with the president. So it's like, you are who you hang around, man. So
that's a fact. But you remember that time when the NFL had a staph infection issue?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it took y'all a while to handle that.
Because like I said, it's hard, bro, in that environment. And even in hospitals, like when hospitals get staph infection, it's hard for them to get it out. Like they have to close it down and stop bringing people in there and clean. And then they have to slowly bring people back. So it's like, what are we doing? Like, we got all this scientific evidence and we just not going to use it. But we're going to watch the NHL, the WNBA, and the NBA just run smoothly and not follow suit. I don't get it.
And the pushback that you're going to get is, those leagues have smaller rosters for those teams, so it's easier to hold that. But like you said, you had a whole thought out plan. You get paid regular money. They get paid millions.
Yep.
And you had a well thought out plan. So I mean, what more can we say at this point? Like you said, I'm gonna give you your flowers. Like I said, every time we report this, you get in the personal chat, you start going off. I be like, hey, you said it. You ain't get no pushback from me. Go ahead and get your rocks off, brother.
And they didn't have to do it like the NBA. The one thing that I spotlighted in my little COVID plan was that individual teams could bubble. But the teams don't even have bubbles themselves. So it's like, all right, after practice, I'm going home. Lord knows what I'm doing tonight. I could be at the strip club. I could be at a house party. Then I'm going to come back to practice tomorrow. But if we just bubble, like, this is my thing. I don't care if you got to be away from your kids. The NBA players are doing it. Y'all make millions of dollars for these 16 weeks. Lock in. And be in a bubble type situation in order for us to get these games until the pandemic subsides. Like, I just don't understand why people just won't respect the pandemic. The sooner we respect it as a nation, the sooner we'll get out of this.
And I know, Cannon, you did the NFL COVID protocol, but I also remember what I brought up, because let me ask you this: when did the NFL release the schedule? It comes out about like April, right? Like April, May, if I'm not mistaken.
When is the draft?
A little bit after the draft, I think, or right around that time.
So here's my thing: if you knew since March, why not just say, you know what, this isn't going to be a normal season. We have to do things a little bit different. And what I said is, like, for instance, why not have the AFC North run their schedule, and the normal AFC North versus AFC North schedule, but do the NFC North versus the AFC North. So guess what? Now the Cleveland Browns, they only got to go to Detroit. Detroit is what, 3 hours away from Cleveland? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been smart.
Cincinnati is what?
Been smart.
4 or 5 hours away from Chicago. You know what I mean? So you can still have these teams at least bubble in their own kind of area, and that way, guess what? They can, instead of going through an airport, traveling,
they could
put the whole team on buses, charter buses for everybody that's been in your facilities getting tested. They stay there, and you, unfortunately, like you said, Cannon, y'all might have to be away from y'all family. Y'all still gonna get y'all money.
Yeah. So
y'all not gonna have to see out the season, so you can get your money, and then you can see your family after.
Yeah. And then they could test and have a family visit day like the NBA does.
And here's also a point that I had. If you was gonna do no fans, because I thought about this as well. If you're gonna do no fans, the NFL, their divisions are so fucked up sometimes, just kind of like with realignment. So like Dallas plays in the NFC East. So instead of just having Dallas travel all that time, bubble Dallas somewhere in DC, New York. It's plenty of space. So have them bubble in one of them cities.
Hell ain't feeling that.
Why not? Why not?
That was a troll, bro.
You got my regular ass making sacrifices. Y'all making millions. Make a sacrifice.
So look, so like bubble their ass in a city that's close, And guess what? Now all you gotta do is travel up fucking 95.
That's it, bro. No, it makes too much sense. It makes too much sense. And once again, you're a regular person coming up with solutions, and people getting paid millions aren't coming up with anything that's resembles solutions. I just don't get it. It's mind-boggling at this point.
The only thing that they had when they put the schedule out was something about the bye week, that they could have canceled some of the bye weeks and played this. If they had to cancel a week, they would have just canceled a week and then just played the rest of the season without bye weeks. That was the only solution that they had at the time of when the schedule came out.
Yeah. So like, I get what you're saying, Marcus, about there's hundreds more people in the NFL and then the NBA. But guess what? There's the NFL is $1 billion corporation. It's a $1 billion league.
Mm-hmm.
Make it work.
It's the money behind it. When there's money, it can work.
If you don't want to cancel it because of the money, if you don't want to cancel it because you need to get this money, you need to sacrifice some money to ensure that it's going to work. Because I guarantee you, what happens is, if another outbreak, or say an outbreak happens with 6 teams, what you gonna do then?
Yeah,
what you gonna do then? Like like I've said, God forbid a star player gets this and he passes away.
Wow.
God forbid a player gets this and he can never play again. Because it's been people who've gotten this. There was
heart problems,
and they literally have been athletes, and next thing you know, they can't walk up the stairs because they can't catch their breath. So what's gonna happen when that starts happening? What starts happening when your product gets diminished because now people can't perform, and not just this year, but they have lasting effects, so they can never come back. They can't it's not like an ACL where they can come back next year. They come back this year. Because we already know these college players getting it too. So now these college players that's coming in, that pool gonna get diminished because they don't give a damn about them college players.
Not at all. Not one bit.
I can't agree with you saying the NBA is more lucrative.
No,
no way. No.
It's more lucrative for the individual player. Maybe that's his point.
Football in general is king in this country.
It's the king.
College football and NFL are king. I'm sorry, don't nobody pay millions of dollars like they do for the NFL commercial spots.
And those TV contracts.
NFL is king.
You know what the funny part is?
Some of the biggest future contracts in sports industry, and future contracts are contracts that are guaranteed based off your product for years to come. And the TV networks want to buy it no matter what, Karen, regardless, because they know that the NFL is a product, like AJ said, that people are going to watch, even if it's the Jags and the Dolphins.
I mean, we go watch the game tonight as soon as we finish this.
Absolutely.
Miserable, but we're going to watch it.
Exactly.
Because I sure ain't watching baseball.
I'm gonna try to watch both.
Y'all know how much I love baseball, but I don't even watch baseball no more.
But I like playoff baseball. Man.
I do like postseason baseball. I like postseason baseball. Because regular season is too damn long. I definitely love postseason baseball. But it just seems like, they competing with the NBA and the NFL. I'm sorry, baseball.
And that's what's making it hard.
They're gonna lose every time.
Normally, they don't have to compete with the NBA, so that's just unfortunate right now that they're competing with the finals. So yes, until the finals is over, that's gonna be my main priority. But after that, I'm gonna be watching the Fall Classic, man, because the Yankees is here. They've been pissing me off all season, but they trying to make some moves now. So I'm stoked. Shout out to the Yankees, man.
Shout out to the Braves. I see you do like 2 things I want to say before we transition. I do not know who this comment is. Says Facebook user on this one, so they need to follow the instruction that AJ put in. But he said they canceled the preseason, and that's the NFL sacrifice right then and there. They say, "Hey, we canceled the preseason. We canceled the preseason." They made a sacrifice.
They been trying to get your ass to cancel the preseason for a decade.
And you know what they say? Hey, we canceled the preseason, y'all. We can move on. And to piggyback off D. White's comment, he said, "Let us start a quarterback. It's gonna take Patrick Mahomes to get it for them to ruin the season."
I don't want that to happen.
It's gonna take Patrick Mahomes to get it in the day before the Super Bowl. That's the only way.
Nah, if Pat Mahomes get it,
they gonna postpone the Super Bowl.
They gonna shut down something. They go, we got to figure out something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they are willing to sacrifice, some people, because once again, like you said, the NFL next man up. That's what it's always been. But this ain't normal. This isn't no normal situation, and so that's why you can't you can't come into this situation just thinking shit is normal. You really got to make, a conscious, thought out decision for this.
It ain't next man up when it comes to the quarterbacks. We done seen rule changes happen when it comes to the quarterback. We just seen Atlanta, like D.Y. said, let us start a top starting quarterback get it, because if Gardner Minshew get it, they damn sure keeping it rolling. But
like you said, mustache out of here.
But let a top tier starting quarterback get it. Oh, they shutting something down. They figuring something out.
Whose is it? Is it my stream or am I good?
I'm good.
All right, cool. Never mind. Don't even worry about that, listeners. We straight out here.
Hey man, you get your new Wi-Fi next week anyway.
Hey, I'm telling you, I switched to that AT&T fiber optics. My shit finna be zooming. You know what I'm talking about?
Talk to.
You know what I mean?
No, that was Cannon, TJ. Don't put that on me. Cannon said they go postpone the Super Bowl.
Now, but I'm saying if Pat is in the Super Bowl and he get it, they're gonna postpone it, bro. Because he make a half a Billy, bro. When the face of the franchise or the league. Let me change that. When the face of the league need an exception, they'll make it. Listen, I'm gonna take it back to Cameron at SDE. He said 55-55 expellable. If you nice, they make sure that you eligible. And that's gonna be the same thing that happened for Pat Mahomes. If he get them boys back to the Super Bowl and he come down, God forbid he come down with it, but they're gonna wait for him to get better. And and hopefully if he does contract it, that it is not one of those situations like you said, AJ, because there have been people contracting congenital heart disorders from side effects from having COVID.
Here's what I think is gonna happen. If Patrick Mahomes got COVID the day before the Super Bowl, we're not gonna hear it until after he plays in the Super Bowl, and
that's probably true too. That's probably true.
You got the whole offseason to get over it. Like shit, playing the Super Bowl, nigga.
Asymptomatic, ain't what it's called.
Hey, you gonna sit your ass on that bench until it's time for you to go in and run this offense.
You gonna have a little mask under his joint. They're gonna keep this thing. That's gonna be the only thing. They're gonna keep this thing. That's the only two scenarios.
It's gonna be It's gonna be a new rule before the Super Bowl. Hey, don't nobody hit Pat Mahomes.
Boy, gonna run wild. But look, man.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man week. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.